If you feel like your skin is looking a little bit dull, or maybe your makeup isn't going on as smoothly as you want it to, watch this whole video. I'm going to explain the 2 types of exfoliation and when you should use each one to get your skin looking bright, glowing, and smooth. Hey guys, it's Dr. Mona, and in today's video, I want to focus all on exfoliation. It's an important enough of a topic on its own that it deserves its own video. I want to go over the different types of exfoliation. There's physical and chemical, and then within chemical, we've got a few different variations and different ways you can incorporate exfoliation. So I just kind of want to give you the basics and help you incorporate it into your skincare regimen. Okay, so let's talk about the importance of exfoliation in general. There's so many advantages to it. It's basically getting rid of the dead skin cells on the outside of your skin. You can also go into a deeper exfoliation, which we'll get into. But all in all, it's all about kind of shedding skin cells that we don't need. Now, if you're not doing this, you're gonna get a lot of buildup on your skin. So this is when your pores can appear larger. A lot of times, if you're not exfoliating those dead skin cells, they can sit in the pores, stretch them out, make them look larger. It can make your makeup go on rougher because when you're not exfoliating, you're not giving yourself that smooth surface. So imagine if you're sanding wood. You know, if you have a piece of wood and it's really rough, and the texture is rough, but if you sand it, it's a really smooth surface and you can probably paint and the paint goes on nicer. That's the same thing for your skin. You're almost like buffing it and giving yourself a smoother surface. So not only is your makeup gonna go on a lot smoother and nicer, but it's also gonna help your products get incorporated better and more deeply. If you're putting on a serum or a moisturizer and you have this rough surface where it's almost like blocking it from actually getting into your fresh, healthy skin cells and doing its job. So it's also a benefit because you're spending all this money on serums and products, and if you're not really getting the most use out of it, that's just wasteful. It's especially useful if you feel like you have dry, flaky skin and you always notice you've got like dry skin around your nose. Exfoliation is going to be your best friend, whether it's physical or chemical. So let's get into the 2 different types and I can explain the differences. The concept of chemical and physical exfoliation are the same thing, but they're just doing it differently. So a physical exfoliant is going to be something that physically you can feel. It's like whether it's little microbeads, which most exfoliants don't use anymore. It could be sugar. Some people use baking soda. You could even take a washcloth and kind of brush it in circular motions on your skin. That's the process of exfoliation where we're physically removing the dead skin cells off of our face. The example I gave earlier about dry skin, if you feel like you have dry, flaky skin around your nose, a physical exfoliant could be really great for you. It could really help. Almost, because you could almost peel it off. It's the same thing, but you're just gently getting it off. When it comes to a physical exfoliator, there's a few things to keep in mind. Make sure that you're always being very gentle because, you know, it already does have a rough surface, especially if you're using any kind of scrub. So being gentle is key. And I would probably use one to 2 times a week. Everyone's different, so you really have to check with your esthetician or doctor, but on a general basis, 1 to 2 times a week, just to maintain and prevent buildup is really great. Now, there are some people who might not benefit from a physical exfoliant, and that's if you have acne-prone skin, especially if you have active breakouts on your skin. If you're using a rough physical exfoliator, it can end up irritating your skin a little bit more, and this is where a chemical exfoliator could be really amazing for you. Let's talk about what a chemical exfoliator actually is. It's basically doing the same thing, but having a chemical reaction to turn over dead skin cells and help you basically generate new fresh skin, new collagen. I don't want you to be afraid of the word chemical because a chemical exfoliator could even be a fruit enzyme or a fruit acid. It's kind of like the word acid. Sometimes chemical or acid sounds like this really intense, scary word, but fruits have acid. Apples contain natural acids, like a pumpkin enzyme peel. Sometimes these words might sound like they're scary, but they can come from natural sources. So chemical exfoliators shouldn't be anything to shy away from. So there's different kinds of chemical exfoliators and different variations. You can have AHAs, which is alpha hydroxy acid. You can have BHA, which is beta hydroxy acid. And then you can have a lot of different fruit acids and enzymes. Depending on your skin type, certain ones might be better. I personally like using a combination of something like an AHA and a fruit enzyme because you've got something that's a little more gentle with the fruit and something that's a little more active and strong with the alpha hydroxy acid. So let's go through examples of each. I can also link below this video examples of exfoliators I like. I personally will use physical exfoliator 1 to 2 times a week depending on how I feel like my skin needs it, and I'll use a chemical exfoliator once a week. So I want to go through examples of each and how you can incorporate them. So the first example I want to go through is this one. This is a physical exfoliator and this one is by Cocos Organic. This is a little sample size of one. It smells so good. This is a perfect example of how pretty much anything can be a physical exfoliator. This one uses like shea butter, cacao extract. The cacao is kind of what's giving it that roughness. Now, I'm not gonna actually show you guys this on my skin because I wanna show you the example of the chemical exfoliant that I'm using, and I never recommend using a physical and chemical on the same day. That's way too irritating on your skin. So I'm gonna show you how this works on my hand, and then I'll actually show you the peel I'm gonna use on my skin. All right, so maybe you guys can hear that. I'm gonna hold it by the mic. You can hear the texture. It kind of just like gently sloughs off. And what I really like about this Cocos Organic one is that it has natural ingredients in it like coconut oil, jojoba oil, and these are really soothing. So you can honestly make this at home. There's so many cool tutorials on making your own scrubs, and you can combat like the roughness from the texture with some kind of oil or moisturizer. So what I would do first is use a natural gentle cleanser, make sure your skin is clean, and then as if this is your face, just like gently go in circles. Definitely focus on areas around the nose, wherever your skin is dry, and then rinse it off gently and follow with a moisturizer. Like I said, you're buffing your skin, so it's gonna instantly feel smoother and softer. Make sure you follow it with like a really hydrating serum after. That's super important. And that's pretty much it when it comes to a physical exfoliator. You can use them on your body, you could use this on your chest. I would recommend buying a body scrub for your body because it's less expensive. Using something more concentrated for your face could get a little pricey to use on your whole body, but the concept is the same. So I just rinse this off my hand, and obviously you can't feel it, but my skin is so soft and silky compared to the other side, and that was just with like a 15-second little scrub. You guys saw that. So it definitely works. Okay, so the next product I want to show you is a chemical exfoliant, and the one I'm going to show you is my favorite one I've been using lately. It's Dermalogica, and it's this rapid reveal peel. They actually come in tiny little sizes like this. They come in, I think, in a pack of 10. I've already used some, so mine's already used up a little bit, but they come in this little pack of 10. So this is basically like a professional grade peel, but that you can do at home. It's really targeted, it's really strong, but also not strong where you're gonna see like the reactions of a chemical peel. I don't know if you've ever gotten a chemical peel or any kind of peel, but usually it's a pretty intense process. I've definitely had some, you know, you have to wait a few days, your skin gets a little hard, then it starts peeling and you don't know when it's gonna stop peeling. So it takes anywhere from like 7 to 10 days with some peels that you do. It can be a little bit annoying, which is why I don't like doing them. This one is different because you have no downtime, there's no redness or irritation, and you can do it at home. So let me just explain the ingredients in it and how it works. So like I mentioned before, different chemical exfoliants can have AHAs or they can have fruit enzymes. This actually has a combination of both, which is why I love it so much and why I'm recommending it. So the AHA, the alpha hydroxy acid, and lactic acid, which is a type of AHA, these are both the chemical exfoliants that are really going to give you results. This is especially good if you have comedones. I don't know if you can see in this video. Comedones are actually hard to see. They're flesh colored, so it's like a little bump on your skin that's the same color as your skin. You cannot squeeze it because there's no opening. It's not like a regular pimple that you can go just squeeze out. It basically stays there forever unless you extract it or unless you do some kind of peel. Because the skin is closed over, you have to literally exfoliate off that outer layer of skin or go somewhere professionally and get it poked out, or else it's not going to go anywhere. So that's why these are especially helpful for me. I'm very prone to comedones. Every few weeks I get them where I have to make sure I'm either exfoliating or going to get a facial. So I really like that. So normally chemical exfoliants tend to irritate your skin a little bit. The reason I'm recommending this one and the reason I like it is because it doesn't do that. It has the perfect combination of AHA's lactic acid, so that's where your strong actives are gonna be, and then it combines it with like pumpkin enzyme and lime extract. So when you've got this fruit enzyme that's still giving you that chemical reaction, but much less harsh, and then you've also got the lime extract, which is gonna be there to moisturize and soothe your skin, you're literally getting like the perfect combination on each side. You're soothing it at the same time as you're like slightly irritating it to get the reaction you want. So you're just gonna kind of meet somewhere in the middle and get really bright glowing skin. So the lime that's in this product is actually called Australian caviar lime extract. And I know when you see the word caviar, that can throw a lot of people because you might think it's a fish ingredient, but it's actually not. It's a specific type of lime. It's actually known to be really, really soothing. So that's why it was chosen. It really combats the lactic acid and the AHAs to make sure that you're not getting any kind of harsh reaction after. Okay, so I kind of want to show you guys how this works so you can see. Basically what you're going to do is apply it over clean, fresh skin. You're going to let it sit for 3 to 7 minutes. You just like lightly massage it in. You let it sit for 3 to 7 minutes and then you wash it off. If during that 3 to 7 minutes you feel like at 4 minutes it kind of stings or it's irritating, definitely wash it off, especially your first time. This is kind of where it's individualized to you because not everyone reacts the same. And if you've been doing these peels for a while, maybe you can handle them a little bit better. So definitely see what works for you. Another cool thing about this peel is that it has an optional kickstart phase. I personally did the kickstart phase. I'd recommend it if you can, but again, check with your doctor and see what works for you. So what you would do is use it 3 days in a row for the first week, and this is really gonna get all of the active ingredients to a certain level in your skin. Then after that, you use it once a week. Some people can go to just using it once a week, especially if it irritates your skin or if you've been doing other kinds of exfoliants. But this kickstart phase is actually something we use in medicine too. You know, in pharmacy school, we would learn all about dosing, how to dose someone, especially if it's something really severe. And oftentimes we do something called a loading dose, where you give them a really high amount for the first few days, first month, maybe even first dose, and you kind of build a certain amount in their body, and then you start giving them the maintenance dose, which is lower. And so when I saw that they were doing this with this peel, I really liked that because I could see that it was taking a very like medical approach, even though it's a peel that you're doing at home. I personally saw results after the first week. My skin just looked really like bright and glowy and firm. So I love it. Okay, so that's it. As you can see, there are different roles for a physical exfoliator and a chemical. If I had to pick one that was the most effective, that actually gives you more results, it would definitely be a chemical exfoliant. The one I showed you today was the Dermalogica Rapid Reveal Peel. There are other ones you can use. You can use them in a serum form. You can use them in pads. I really like this one and it's been working really well for me. So if you want that, I can put the link below. I can also link below the chemical exfoliant I did, the Cocos Organics one. If you guys like this video, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.